Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee. My name is Lance McKinnon. I'm here today with my co-host, Tiffany Linderman. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am absolutely wonderful today. Uh, I was wondering, do we have a guest today?
Absolutely. I always come prepared. We have King Prolifik here today, who is he's got his water, who is an up and coming local artist. And so we're going to definitely take some time to talk about that today. How are you doing?
Good morning, King Prolifik.
Peace. How are you?
Thank you for taking time out of what we call a mad, crazy schedule that you have. If nobody has heard about you before, they will after the show. But thank you.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
It's our honor. So Tiffany, kind of lead us into it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm pretty sure you've been out working today, haven't you?
Absolutely. I got paint all week.
I love it. You don't take a day off, right? So could you share a little bit for us just what are some of the local things that you've got going on today?
Today I'm actually working on a mural. This is the second one that I've been focusing on this month, actually. The first one was a collaboration with Sprocket Murals. It was a project in which we wanted to bring back to life this portion of the Mulberry Street Bridge. So there, a long time ago, there had been a mural there, but due to construction and other things and maintenance on the bridge, the mural that was there got removed. So we decided to get this project going and have some community involvement. We had a few artists, including myself, doing portraits of people that lived in the community or still do live in the community on the bridge. And then we also had volunteers come and help paint the background of the portraits as well. So it was definitely a good thing to keep everybody involved. And then today, actually, I'm on 6 in McClay, working on another mural on the side of a building that is to soon to become a cigar lounge, and it's going to be a venue for other things as well. So I'm definitely excited about that.
That's absolutely awesome. That mural, I was actually watching you guys do that. Was that a lot of freehand that you guys drew that with?
So it was a new technique that I had learned called pouncing. And pouncing involves a technique where you sketch whatever you plan on painting on this long piece of paper. You press it up against the surface that you plan on painting, and then you take this pouch that has carbon in it and pat it against the sketch, and that carbon goes through the areas that you had marked off, and it transfers that sketch to whatever you're painting. So that was something that sped up the process when it came to sketching out. But once the sketch was down, it was pretty much left up to the artist to bring the portrait to life from there.
Yeah, and you guys really did bring the portrait to life. I know you don't take copyrights to the drive-by music, but I was jamming to it. Like, nice. I gotta go check that out because, and how big is the Marlboro Bridge? I mean, I don't know if our listeners really know how long it is. It's a significant size.
It's 283 feet long. So
when I saw that video, my jaw, I literally had to scrape it off the ground because I did not realize how long that actually was.
Right.
And it was just insane. And the music just kept going and you guys were just driving. So
oh my goodness.
How long did that take you? Are you guys still working on it today?
No, I'm pretty sure it's complete.
Yeah.
We started last Friday. Friday was the day that we actually did the gridding and the priming and all of that. And during the course of a whole week, we had a goal to have it done by Saturday. So Saturday morning was when I actually did another portrait, completed that. And while I was there, the volunteers were finishing the last few details that were required. So anything that was left to do was probably taken care of on Sunday. So I haven't been back since, but it was pretty much 95% complete when I was there.
That's absolutely insane. I think you guys were supplied by the good old boys coffee to keep you going.
I definitely stopped there because we were out there pretty early every day. So I definitely needed that fuel. It helped.
Yeah. So what did it mean to you to revitalize that? Because I know in Harrisburg, there are some areas over the years that have declined. But
Yeah.
you yourself, what did it mean to you to be personally a part of bringing this back to life?
Well, I told a lot of people, and from sharing like my inspiration behind it, a lot of people didn't know that there was a mural there before we started painting it. So I knew the mural there from driving across the bridge so frequently that it was just filled with so many vibrant colors, and I just got used to seeing that. Like there were days that I chose to go across that bridge specifically just so I can see that. So when you take in consideration like all the positivity that comes from vibrant artwork, and then having that just one day removed, it really takes all that positive energy with it. So to be able to assume the duty of putting that vibrancy back and adding that positivity back to the community, it's amazing. And we definitely saw that every day. There were people coming across the bridge, beeping their horns it was really hard to focus because it was like every 10 minutes, somebody was beeping, just like shouting out their window, thank you for putting this back. And there was people asking us if we were going to do the other side of the bridge. And it was just
like, no, that's next week.
Yeah, but even if you look at the other side of the bridge, you just see it's blank and has graffiti. And although I appreciate graffiti as an urban art and the voice of the people, there's a negative stigma that comes with it as well. So with different age groups coming past the bridge on a daily basis, it's like it's really good to give them something to consume. It's as if even if you're walking or on your bike, it's like you're going on a journey when you pass that mural now. So
you can't help look at that and not smile, like you said. And so you guys got the inspiration from historically that there was murals there, and so you guys did that. How did you end up taking the initiative that you're like, I'm going to make this happen? And how did you really get everyone together to make it happen? Was that less than a week that you guys made it happen? Yeah. It's insane.
It was a process, and it was definitely intimidating too, because it was different types of paint that we were given. There's a whole process of mixing the paint, a whole like prep thing that all the artists had to do before even diving into it. So it definitely was something that required a lot of patience. But with that in mind, it was like we had to keep the end result in our heads, because it was just so worthwhile in the end. So we knew that like with each step, each day that it was coming to life, we were just more and more motivated to actually keep pursuing it and just keeping like a positive mindset in the process of that. So it definitely helped. The leader of the project, and she's actually the person that created Sprocket, was Megan, and she was the one who came up with the concept of using images of people from the community. So we had an event where we invited people from the community to have their pictures taken, and then from those pictures we chose certain people, a diverse group of people from different age groups, different shades of skin, different genders, all that. So once we did that, she used her graphic design skills to create an image where it was pretty much a collection of all those images with a real vibrant background, different colors and shapes. So when we had that together, she printed it out so we can see it and use it as reference the whole time. And during the course of that, it was like it really helped us divide up everyone's duties. So with the artists, it was about 4 or 5 artists. We would choose 2 faces to bring to life. So I started on one, and after I completed that, they're like, all right, here's your next face. And then we just keep bouncing around until all the faces were done. All the people from the community, if they didn't feel like they were really artistically driven like that, we had different shapes on the wall that we like put a dot of each color that belonged to that shape. So it was pretty much, as long as you could stay in the lines, you're pretty solid.
So I wouldn't have been good. I wouldn't have been good.
You can always paint over it too if they get out of lines, right? Like you did quality control, I'm sure.
The artists, we give them that reassurance too. It's like, I had people painting next to me that were from the community, so I'm like, don't worry, if you go over there, I'll fix it for you.
So, but I want to take us back. I know we just kind of dove into this mural because that was just like a big piece that just popped out, and it's really fresh, it's really new. But I want to talk about your history. Because you're doing, that was just a touch of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're doing so many other things. You got shops, you got a clothing line, you just opened up another store. How did you get influence into painting and the culture that you're painting, and what drives you?
It's definitely been a humbling journey. I've always been influenced by arts since I was little. A lot of time, I spent a lot of my childhood at my grandmother's house, and being raised there, it was just we weren't allowed. Me and my brother, we really weren't allowed to like just spend a whole day watching TV or playing video games. So I forget how old we were, but we stumbled upon my grandma's attic, and then that just became our territory, like our sanctuary. So in that attic, we took our toys up there. There were days where we took all the random items that were up there, made an obstacle course. It was one thing that'll always live with me, just because it taught me how to be resourceful, and create my own amusement out of the things around me. So that was definitely an influence that was, pivotal to my growth as an artist growing up. Then throughout the years, it was pretty much just like discovering that I had an eye for art, and like just copying art that I saw, like whether it was cartoon characters, anime was a big influence for me, just all of that. So I became known as the artist, like whether it was in school or just amongst my peers. And it was that type of constant encouragement from other people that really made me want to take it seriously, because it was something that I was naturally good at. So by the time I got to high school, I reached a challenge because we didn't have any art classes there. I went to Sci-Tech High, and there were performing arts initiatives that we could have taken, but around that time, I was just so driven towards my academics that I didn't pursue anything inside of school that was related to that. So the only artistic class that I really took in high school was it was a graphic design class, and that's kind of what made me strong in that field, because it allowed me to use basically the programs on my computer the same way I would use paint on canvas. So I was actually painting outside of school around that time, but I didn't know what painting on canvas was. Like the only artist that I had known of around that time was Vincent Van Gogh, like honestly.
Yeah.
So
we all did that. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you something funny. I am not artistic, and the only thing I could do the turkey. around.
Oh, with the hand.
Yeah, I can do the turkey.
I think my grandma still has mine from elementary school.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just had to put that out there because God bless you, because that is such a unique talent and such a vision. And I know that you're working with inner city kids as well to bring that back to help them show expression. Obviously, we're getting kids off the streets, and you're doing that. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So the program is led by James Lyles of Harrisburg, and he's the father of one of my colleagues from college, actually. So it was crazy how we met. I actually was asked to do a live painting at his church. He's a reverend. So when I did, he was just so blown away that he came up to me directly and was like, "I need you to be a part of this." So from there, he explained to me the program. It's called Youth 10 Times Better, and it takes place at United Methodist Church in Middletown. So that program is really geared towards helping kids have a well-roundedness. So art was one of those things that we wanted to bring to those kids, and it's just one day a week that I volunteer. And during the course of the pandemic, we actually had to cancel for a minute, but then we chose to provide all those children with enough materials to last them a whole semester. So we had committed to having our classes via Zoom. And it was just so refreshing to get on Zoom and they're already set up, their easels and everything. Yeah, it's beautiful. And one thing that really like made it worthwhile was seeing their growth. I've been with those same children for about 2.5 years now. So I remember the first day that I taught them, and they were just like after every instruction, they're raising their hand and asking me if they're doing it right. And then now I look at them now, I can get on Zoom with them and I'll tell them to do this, and they're just on it. I'm like, blend the sky away. I'll actually taught them this technique where you can make stars by just dipping the tip of your brush in white paint and then flicking it at your sky in the painting. That became their favorite technique. They would want to make stars even when we were doing paintings that didn't require stars. They're like, "Can we do stars?"
I want to try that now. A little flicking with the white paint. That's absolutely amazing because, and good for you, because that's really important about giving back. And I know, Tiffany, I'm just talking away, but your technique, King, and we want everybody, we'll put all your information in there. I want people to go back. I mean, you use fire.
Yeah.
I have so many questions about that. Go on.
You don't teach the kids how to use fire, do you?
I was waiting for that.
I've never seen that, and I was like, okay, I gotta ask this question.
Oh man, so
I'm ready. Can you teach us?
I think you need some hairspray. I don't know.
I actually did spray my hair. I'm a little nervous now that you.
I'm all out of hairspray. You got the lighter, I got the hairspray.
Oh, see, that's gonna be explosive.
Is that what you were using? You used hairspray when you were doing it?
No. I use a clear acrylic spray. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can use hairspray though. As long as you don't. Yeah.
But what made you come up with that idea? Was that always an idea? Was that something that's always done? Because I'm not educated in the artistic world.
Yeah.
I have a good eye of I can look at something and so I can see. But I mean, you have to have that vision beyond vision.
Yeah.
To be able to take it from your mind and put it on a canvas, and let alone turn it upside down and put flame to it and real quick and then flick a star on it. So, But was that always a technique? Was that something you created, or it just?
Yeah, it definitely was, and that goes hand in hand with my growth as an artist, because one thing I was taught was, as a professional artist, it's good to create a body of work and then present it in an exhibition, a solo exhibit or a collab exhibit or whatever, and you're expected to do it at a gallery. And I had that in mind when I started taking art real seriously, especially canvas art. Um, but I was invited to different events and everything. And, I'll come to events with my work and I'll just post up and just sit there next to my work. And I'm like, this is something missing. Like this can't be it. Like, I want to make this real for people. So, 2015 is when I had my first solo exhibit. That was actually at a tattoo shop that was being repurposed as a gallery too. So it was a nice urban setting, and then the work that I was doing kind of blended in with everything there. So at that event, I did my first upside down painting. It was of Tupac. And I ended up raffling that off, and I got a huge turnout and feedback from it. So I'm like, all right, well, now I'm going to challenge myself. So every event that I have, I'm going to do a live performance, but the live performance has to be better than the last one. So 2018 was when I did my next solo exhibit, and that was at La Cultura. It's right there on Verbeck Street, right down the street from the Broad Street Market. Mm-hmm. So that was more of a professional setting for me. I had focused on a collection of 10 canvases, and I hadn't shown them to the public yet. So all of the canvases were Afro-inspired. And the hardest part of the show was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my performance piece. So I'm like, all right, what do you like when it comes to performing, doing a live art display? Like, what do you want to do that's going to captivate people? And when I've thought about comparing my performance to other mind-blowing performances that weren't necessarily in my field, I've initially thought of magicians. And so I'm looking at different magicians and how they perform, and street performers and everything like that. And I'm like, I want to do that, but with art. So I seen this performance. It might have been Chris Angel or somebody, one of those top magicians. Mm-hmm. And he did something where he made something disappear with a magic flame. So I'm like, how did he do that? and as a consumer, but as an artist as well, I'm like, I want people to say that when they see my art. Like, how did he do that? So I researched how to do the flame technique, and then I kind of made it work in a way that I can add it to my performance as well. So in the course of maybe a 5-minute performance, I'll have a portrait halfway done on a black canvas, and then over it, I'll have the same material that the magicians use to have a brief explosion of fire. So I'll do another portrait on top of that material, and then when it's time for the reveal, I'll light the material on fire, and then it'll explode and then reveal the portrait underneath, finally finished. So it's actually my first time seeing it in person along with the audience. And then I was like, all right, cool. Now everybody recognizes me as the fire guy. So now people want fire all the time. And that material is kind of hard to come by. So I started, I was influenced by a fellow artist of mine who lives in Florida, who uses the fire with spray cans. And I'm like, I want to adopt that, but I want to make it my own as well. So I started incorporating the spray can fire in my performance pieces as well, still doing the upside down technique and everything like that. So either way, you're going to get fire, whether
fire. But no, your work is absolutely magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And I already tried to buy a piece from you before we even started recording. You already told me it was gone. So we're gonna have to have a little side conversation about something about that, you know. But no, but that is, we want people to go out there, and you're gonna have to check it out for yourself, folks, because you know the King is describing it, but when you see it actually for yourself, for your own eyes, you're gonna be absolutely blown away. The creativity and the gift that God has given you to be able to do this, and you know, and I know that's not the only thing you're doing too. I saw a ribbon cutting not too long ago. Well too.
Yeah, that's a new gallery on 3rd Street in Harrisburg, and it's entitled Nayusi Gallery, and Nayusi is Swahili for Black. So inside the gallery, there's 4 different walls of separate types of art. There's one wall that's dedicated to all local artists, and that's where my art's featured. Then right beside it is artwork that came from West Africa. And then on that same wall, there's Caribbean work as well. And then right across from it, there's a wall dedicated to the manager of the gallery, Michelle Green. And then around the corner, there's a wall that's strictly digital art and prints as well. So it's a real good, healthy amalgamation of like what our area and areas abroad have to offer.
That's absolutely amazing. Go ahead, Tiff.
I was just going to ask it. So I know you're sold out of the piece that Lance wanted. I'm hoping, do you guys still have stock of items in that store of yours?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's 2, 1 second. There's 2 of my pieces in there that I actually have to replace because one of them was sold. And the event that I was talking to you about earlier, that happened in 2018, that one of those pieces are the only like surviving pieces that I have left. So yeah, I'm trying to focus on a new body of work eventually, but it takes a lot of patience because I'm working at a large scale. So I'm trying to go bigger than I did before. The pieces that I'm talking about were 36 by 48 inches. So I'm trying to go 48 by 60 inch now, which is like tapestry size. And I actually have to figure out how I'm going to transport them now because I only have I have a Chevy Malibu. So
U-Haul. We can always run. I'll drive the U-Haul for you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll drive the U-Haul.
So he's just trying to butter me up so he can get some artwork, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I got a piece here, you know. You always gotta have nice artwork.
Yeah.
It's very important to have nice artwork. Not just nice, but I would say absolutely fantastic. Because, I mean, you're not only up and coming, I mean, you're really blowing it up. I mean, from the Murals to teaching with the kids to expanding and new visions to, you know, going bigger and better. I mean, obviously we wanted to have you on here today because if people haven't heard about you, they will hear about you and they have to look you up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely.
Because it's absolutely amazing. And then now you're working on the 6th Street mural as well, too.
Yep, I'm going to be out there. They're actually giving me a lift so I can get up and down.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's a new experience. I was just trained on the lift today.
So how high up are you going?
It's a 2-story building, so
wow,
pretty high, yeah. But I'm banging out the lower half of the mural right now. So I figure when I get that part done, the upper half is gonna be pretty easy in terms of like the detail that's going into it. I'm focusing on a portrait. I can't say too much because they're doing a big reveal, but it is dedicated towards a piece of Black history, and it definitely means a lot because the owner of the building is related to one of the people involved in the mural. So it's really commemorative as far as the artwork goes.
Oh, we can't wait.
We can't wait. I mean, so that'll be done what, next Thursday?
I'm gearing towards next week.
Gearing towards next week. That's awesome. So how do our followers find you? I mean, that way we can put all your information in there. So people can look you up, the store, buy some personal paintings.
That's a lot.
I know you even got some sweatshirts.
Yeah.
You know, you got your hands in a little bit of everything, but like where can I say our followers can go right away to find you to see some of your live performances?
So you can pretty much look up King Prolifik, Prolifik, on any social platform. Thankfully, it wasn't taken, so I was able to, use that name on Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok. On TikTok, though, when you put King Prolifik, just put a 1 after it. I'm tapping into that field more because people love to see the process behind everything. So you'll even see the process of when I was on the Mulberry Street Bridge as well. You'll see those portraits come to life from sketch to finish. My stores are pretty much in the bios of all my social media, but if you want to go to them directly, I'm working on my main website. I'm rebuilding that now, so that'll be available in the future. But right now, my t-shirt website is bonfire.com/prolific King Prolifik. Sorry. Yeah, I believe I covered everything.
Yeah.
But like I said, everything is pretty much.
I can't write that fast, King Prolifik.
It took me a few times to like make sure I spelled it correctly.
Yeah,
but I do want to, before we finish, I know it's Saturday, and I shared this with Tiffany, and I'm going to share it with our followers. I love the day you got down in your store. Like you're definitely in the zone, and you were doing your thing. And I was like, "Oh, bro, you broke it down."
Thank you. That was in the gallery, man. That was in the gallery.
you were in the zone, but that's okay because we've all been there.
Listen, I do a lot of dancing, like especially when I'm in the midst of painting something. Sprocket's Instagram actually caught me. Like, I didn't even know they got this, but I was painting and I had my headphones on and I was just moving side to side in my own world. And they just
I was like, I don't know if I can read TikTok that or whatever. But that piece was like I was like, you were in the zone. But I had to bring that up. But everybody, check it out. You're gonna love it. Next, you'll be a TikTok sensation too now.
Hopefully.
Absolutely.
Everybody's gonna be on that as well too. And I know it's Saturday and you are an extremely busy man. And I just want to thank you. It's been an honor to have you on our show. We are looking forward to getting you out there. We're looking forward to seeing more of your work. Tell everybody, go out, look at the Murals, find 6th Street, go down to Midtown, check out King Prolifik. You're all over the place. I'm telling you, you will not be dissatisfied. And bring your wallets because you're definitely going to be buying something. Because your stuff is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I just say, in what you're doing with the kids, you're changing the course, the future of these kids, and that's what it's really about. you know, at the end of the day, if we can touch one life and make a difference, and that just has a ripple effect. And God has blessed you with an amazing talent, and it's truly been an honor. And just keep making a difference in people's lives today and every day. And thank you for being on Saturday Morning Coffee. And don't fall off the 2-story.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to.
And we'll talk about the piece that I want. So,
Yeah.
but thank you very much. And we wish you all the best. And we'll be in contact soon.
I appreciate you.
All right,
Thank you.
keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
All right, thank you.